Hi there, this is Diecast channel, and in this video we're going to do a review on this 1986 Buick Regal SFI made at 1/18 scale by GMP. So don't forget to subscribe in case you haven't subscribed yet. Click bell for news, share this video, and also give me a thumbs up, and let's take a better look at this car right now. This is the 86 Buick. It's got those typical lines of the 1980s American cars. This trend started at the end of the 1970s when GM line was sort of downsized with the Caprice. This car has got the same platform for the Monte Carlo, the same type of body of the Monte Carlo and the Oldsmobile Cutlass of a time. And the Oldsmobile Coupe models have almost this exact body with a different grille, different headlights, and some different lines in the body and different taillights. But the rest of the car was pretty much the same. This is a very nice model car made by GMP, and I've shown one almost like this before, except that one was completely black. Looked more like the Buick Grand National, except for the fact that it had chrome bumpers, and the Buick Grand National has the black bumpers. But the engine is about the same. So we're going to take a better look at this model car and its details right now. This grille is typical of the 1980s Buicks. It's got those vertical elements. They're all made in black with a chrome element right here in the middle, dividing the grille in two parts. The Oldsmobile grille is quite different. The Pontiac grille is different, and the Chevrolet grille. So every division has its own identities. And this is a typical Buick, really. One very nice feature of those GMP cars is the quality of the chrome, the realism of the headlights, and the directional lights right here in the bumper, those bumper guards, trims, and other details. Unfortunately, it's missing a hood ornament. I'm going to try to reproduce one or try to find another one. If I can't find, I'll just leave it as is. This hood has got this bump right here. It's not a scoop, really. It's not even functional. It's not even fake. And it's just part of design. And the windshield wipers are concealed right here behind the hood. And the only opening feature this car has is a hood. That might be a little bit frustrating for those who like 1/18 model cars that have all opening parts. But the opening parts and the showing parts are really excellent. So we're going to take a look at this. The first very nice feature we notice as we open the hood is this insulation mat that's simulated by a painting with a texture in which we can read Buick turbocharged, just like it happened to real cars at the time. The hinges are also well made, although they are not those ones with the spring systems, but they're very good, really. And they really hold the hood open, which is a plus. This engine bay is very well made. Turbo, the cables and wires, hoses, AC, reservoirs, radiator, front panel, and all details that are here in this engine bay, just like the brake master cylinder right here. So this engine bay is very well made. Although GMP has chosen not to have more opening parts in this car, and it chose to show the engine only, it did it well, and very well indeed. As we can see, those tail lights, which are horizontal and very long, are typical of 1980s Buicks. For the Oldsmobile, they're more vertical and advanced a little bit here, and for the Monte Carlo, a little bit wider, but they stop right here, and for the Pontiac, a little wider than the Monte Carlo taillights. And a Buick, that's just like that. The rest of the cars are pretty much the same, pretty much similar. This deck lid for the Buick goes all the way to the taillights, and for the Oldsmobile goes all the way down to the bumper with a little opening here for the license plate, which is at the same very place. And the chrome bumpers have a very good quality with those bumper guards. Brake light and the rear window, which has a very good transparency. This is very good quality painting, although it would be very desirable to have an open trunk with a spare tire and all features inside. Unfortunately, it's fixed. Dual exhaust comes sideways. The 3.8 SFI Turbo logo right here in the rear. This car needs some polishing really, but in general, its painting quality is great. As we look at the side, one thing that really draws a little of our attention about the Buicks is those Buicks have the bumper that goes only this way. They just don't go a little bit more on the side, just like it happened to the Oldsmobiles, for instance. That's the Buick feature rack, actually. And those gaps here that used to exist in the real cars are very well respected. The door opening is very well respected, even though these doors don't open. But the lines of the car are very well made. The painting quality is very good. This sticker here that reproduces the T-Type Buick sticker we find in a real car, it does it very well. The wheels and tires look great, really. Those alloy wheels and rear and front wheels and those Goodyear tires are very well simulated. And the height from the ground is very good. And the exhaust that comes sideways, just like it happened to the 1970s Pontiacs I've shown before. Passenger side, the mirrors in a very good proportion. And the 3.8 SFI Turbo. That SFI probably stands for single fuel injection. And a T-Type sticker right here. The handles are cast in metal and they're very good, just like the lock. This car is really very nice, and GMP has made a very nice casting. I really think it would be great if GMP made this car with opening doors and trunk. The interior from the passenger side, as we can see, a steering wheel. Although the wheel steer, this steering wheel does not move. This is the ignition, where I put the key in, start the car, and the dashboard, where the gauges, the buttons, knobs, the radio, the air outlets, and the seats, and a gear lever. It's an automatic transmission. It's a pity this car is a little bit dirty because it really was not very well taken care of by the previous owner. Driver's side, it's got a very good quality. It's a very nice steering wheel, 3-spoke, and a dashboard with those digital instruments and gauges. Unfortunately, there's no headliner. I think this should be better for a GMP car. The base of the car, as we can see, it's very well made. This car is a body and chassis, and the frame is made in this metal color with those mufflers right here that are joined together and have the catalytic converter, and then they're two-fold and they go sideways, just like we saw before. The rear axle and the front axle are very well made. Front suspension, the rear suspension, the steering system. This car actually steers, although the steering wheel does not move. That's a minus, actually. The gas tank and the spare tire bay right here, and this gas pipe that goes all the way to the gas intake. If this car were a GMP top line, perhaps it would have a spinning drive shaft. This drive shaft does not spin. The working suspension, these suspensions do not work, but being a GMP gives this car a very good quality and very nice looking parts. So this car can really be mistaken for an actual car, although it doesn't have many opening and moving parts, just like the other GMP cars. Ranking this car from 0 to 10, I would give it an 8. I think it's a GMP, so it could be a little better in the speaking of opening parts and moving parts. GMP can do that, and it has proven able to do so in some other models I've shown before, just like the Fairlanes and the Plymouths. So this Buick could be about the same thing. Anyway, for the car it's really well represented in this model car. It's really well made, and the quality of the pieces and parts is very good. So I'd like to thank you for all likes and views. Please don't forget to subscribe in case you have not subscribed yet. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel a lot. Also, let me know down in your comments what you think about the car and about the video. And if you have any further information on this car, let me know in your comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.